Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Elite Wrestling World. I am your host GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here for AEW Collision post show review. So this is the special Thursday night Collision episode. The card is stacked for tonight. Ospreay will be facing Daniel Garcia as well. We will see the minions Athena, Billie Starkz, Diamante will face Brawling Birds and Hazuki. Bang Bang Gang versus Death Riders in a multi-person tag match. So plenty to look forward. Let's get dive into it and talk about that. We started off Collision with some unfamiliar music hitting, and suddenly boom, the Motor City Machine Guns are here in AEW. You can tell the fans were waiting for this, popping very loudly for their hometown heroes. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley gets into the ring, took a microphone and said they are home in more than one way. Alex Shelley announced that they were finally all elite. So we get the graphic of MCMG finally all elite. So very happy to see Motor City Machine Guns signed with AEW. It's gonna be a fantastic summer to look forward. The matchups: Motor City Machine Gun versus the Bucks, FTR, Copen Cage, Verdido. It's gonna be a fantastic run for the Machine Guns in AEW. So very happy to see them in AEW. First section of the night: Rascals challenging the Demand, the newly Trios champions for the AEW World Trios titles. When starting the match with Ricochet, as the fans resumed their hatred for Ricochet, we saw the Demand begin beating on Vans, making frequent tags. Rascals were able to take the offense advantage with quick trios work. Ricochet got his knees up on a spiral tab. Demand was able to isolate Xavier from there before squashing him in between Leona and Khan and hitting the opened the gates on Xavier for the pinfall victory and retaining the trios titles. So again, a very good opening trios title match to start off Collision, the Demand retaining the title. Backstage, we saw Lex Senior was with Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. All three men announced they were in the Continental Cup and they will be doing the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge live on the show later tonight. Tony Schiavone announced the Continental Cup, where it will be 16-man tournament where every match is drawn at random from the entries for the first round, and the Continental Championship will be on the line in the tournament. Jon Moxley has been entered, and Nigel McGuinness announced he would be participating as well in the tournament. This tournament was supposedly inspired by the FA Cup and be a major test for Jon Moxley heading into All In. So I think so it's a fantastic idea heading into All In. The final will be happening at All In Wembley Stadium for the cup and the title as well, and the champion is also competing in the tournament. Next up is Tommaso Ciampa versus Nick Comoroto. Ciampa came out wearing a bandage that had blood on it. I think so it was from the wound that he got on Sunday, and Jericho apparently drilled into his head with the power drill on the pay-per-view. So Comoroto immediately attacked, but it wasn't long before Ciampa counter hit the running knee and pinned him to get the pinfall victory. So again, a very impressive victory for Tommaso Ciampa. We saw Hangman backstage and he was about to talk what happened last night. Brody King and Bandito walked up thanking Hangman for his help in saving them from a beatdown. Hangman said that he is trying to figure out what he wants to do and maybe they should team together. Bandito said they should be called the good, the bad and the ugly. And Brody King wondered which one was the ugly one, as Hangman and Bandito shook their hands and walked away. So there might be a trio forming with Hangman and Brodito. I think so it's a very good team to go after the trios titles. So let's see what happens next. Next up is Brawling Bird and Hazuki versus Athena, Billie Starkz and Diamante. Hayter and Athena started the match and it broke down into a brawl shortly after a few exchanges. Athena suplexed Hayter off the apron onto the floor. That looked brutal. Hayter hit a Yazuki kick on Athena just before tagging out to Hazuki, who ran wild all over the ring. The baby faces then stacked Athena and her minions in the corner before hitting an assisted shotgun dropkick that sent Hazuki crashing into Diamante. We saw Hazuki hitting a German suplex on Athena. That was an excellent exchange. Windsor and Diamante fought with several standing switches until Windsor lifted her up and Hayter came in with that lariat, hitting two birds, one stone for the pinfall victory. We saw Divine Dominion came down to ringside and started attacking Brawling Birds, and Athena and the minions laid out Hazuki in the middle of the ring. Megan Bayne and Lina Cross posed over the fallen bodies of the Brawling Birds as Athena taunted Hazuki with the women's title of Ring of Honor. So there might be setting up Hazuki versus Athena for a Ring of Honor Women's World title match. We saw Demand backstage answering the challenge of Hangman and Brodito, saying that they were going to face off with them at Grand Slam Mexico. Lethal Swerve was there. Jay Lethal announced that he would face Commander to make sure Commander didn't make it to the Grand Slam Mexico next week. Fantastic match next week. Grand Slam Mexico Trios titles match, Demand versus Hangman and Brodito. The conglomeration were on the Ice Bucket Challenge, and Rhino and the Insane Clone Pose came out to pour the ice on Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly. The fans chanted Rebel for her as the conglomeration celebrated. So it's a very good gesture by AEW talent to get this Ice Bucket Challenge and support the former AEW talent Rebel in her fight against ALS. Next up is the Death Riders versus the Bang Bang Gang 8-man tag. Utah got immense heat from the audience as he faced off with Austin Gunn, who moves more and more like his dad every time I see him. We saw Pac yank the hair of Austin and tag out to Moxley, and the Death Riders then started the train of strikes in the corner on its Austin. Colton Gunn went to hit the ropes but got low bridged by Pac, who came in and hit Austin Gunn with the German suplex. Famouser from Colton Gunn on Pac. Moxley came in, took him out, and hit a tope suicida. Robinson countered a bite and rolled up Utah, and before anyone else could make it into the ring, got the pinfall victory on Utah. So again, a very good victory for the Bang Bang Gang against the Death Riders. After the match, Bang Bang Gang were celebrating. Dogs ran down to attack as they were laying out Robinson. We saw Motor City Machine Guns ran down to make the save. They had chairs and chased them all out of the ring. Death Riders looked like they were going to attack the Machine Guns, but Moxley called them off. So we are involving Machine Guns into this fray as well. So it will be interesting to see what Motor City Machine Guns do with Bang Bang Gang. We know Jay White is a very good friend of the Machine Guns, so the alliance can happen for the future matches as well. Ciampa was backstage and said he wanted to wrestle in the match next week against Andrade for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet. So it's gonna be a fantastic match. Ciampa Andrade #1 spot for the Casino Gauntlet match. I think so. MJF will screw Andrade in the match for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet, and this will kickstart the feud between Andrade and MJF, and we might see one-on-one match between them at All in Wembley Stadium. Next up is Chris Statlander in action. Davies tried to lay out Statlander with some kicks to open the match. Statlander swept the legs, hit the Saturday Night Fever before yelling at the camera that she would see Persephone next week and getting the pinfall victory. So again, another match set up for next week, Grand Slam Mexico. It's going to be Persephone versus Statlander. It's going to be a fantastic match between these two ladies. Mike Bailey was backstage facing off with Kyle Fletcher. Lexi asked if he was worried about Bailey being at his best. Fletcher said that he wasn't worried as he is the best AEW International Champion of all time. Bailey said that Fletcher was not at his best because he was still with the family. Fletcher booted him in the face and they fought down to the ring, with Mike Bailey countering everything Fletcher did before Fletcher fled and Bailey posed with the international title. So it's going to be a rubber match. I'm pretty much looking forward to that match as well. It's going to be a fantastic match for the international title. Next up is Jay Lethal versus Commander. The crowd was very into Commander here. Lethal was always getting the heat. We saw Commander cartwheeling on the rope into a head scissors to the floor before hitting a moonsault on Jay Lethal. Lethal did a Fargo strut and went to do a suplex. Commander countered it, tiger feint kick and a springboard crossbody for a very close 2 count. Lethal took out Commander, flipping his legs, hitting a lethal combination and the hail to the king elbow for a very close 2 count. Commander managed to hit a 450 splash after that and rolled back in for a very close 2 count. Then Commander hit a top rope springboard shooting star press to score the pinfall victory. And we see the graphic as well that Commander will also be in the match for the #1 spot for the Casino Gauntlet. So it's gonna be a 3-way Ciampa, Andrade and Commander for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet. And in the main event, Will Ospreay versus Daniel Garcia. Ospreay immediately charged Garcia, who dodged and rolled to the floor. Ospreay didn't get discouraged, falling Garcia to the floor and hitting chops and strikes to the delight of the fans. Ospreay punched Garcia outside the ring. Garcia sent Ospreay towards the guardrail, cut him off and hit a DDT on the floor while Ospreay's feet were on the guardrail. That looks brutal. Garcia hitting a gut style pile driver for a 2 count. Garcia shoved Ospreay, which only seemed to make Ospreay angry, indicated that he wanted Garcia to hit him, and he did, but Ospreay responded with the hidden blade, but Garcia countered into a dragon tamer. Garcia locked down a bulldog choke on Ospreay as well, but Ospreay fought out and went for a stormbreaker, and Garcia countered with the rear naked choke as well. So they are going back and forth, and it was a fantastic face-off between the two. Ospreay fought out of the hook kick and went for a os cutter. Garcia caught him in a rear naked choke. Ospreay rolled back out of it before hitting the hidden blade out of nowhere for the pinfall victory. This was a fantastic match. Awesome chemistry between these two, and Garcia looked fantastic as well in this match, but Ospreay got the victory as he should. Ospreay was crouched down looking at Garcia, smiling. Garcia seemed to nod and roll out of the ring. We saw Moxley noted that Omega may have made a mistake with Ospreay as he seemed far more motivated now. Ospreay was celebrating. Mark Davis attacked Ospreay from behind. They brawled and Ospreay hit a balcony dive on Davis, but was soon attacked by Beretta, and Rocky Romero laid him out, and Davis said that no one was coming to save him. At that time, Moxley left the commentary in disgust, saying, "I can't watch this." Davis went to lay out Ospreay with a chair, and Ospreay countered with a kick, grabbed the chair and chased everyone off. Looks like Ospreay and Davis will have a very good match next week. Ospreay said that if Davis wanted to bring chairs into this, Ospreay was going to make a street fight next week for Dynamite. So next week is going to be Mexico street fight between Ospreay and Davis. No outside interference. I think so it's going to be a fantastic match in Arena Mexico. So that was a very good episode of Collision. Machine Guns debuting, and the tag division is now very stacked in AEW. The build for All In is in full swing, and the matches are setting up nicely. It's going to be a fantastic build for the All In pay-per-view. Next week is Grand Slam Mexico. A fantastic card is set up for that show as well. It's going to be a fantastic environment in Arena Mexico. Pretty much looking forward to that show as well. That's the end of the show, folks. Please guys, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.